So starting the test drive in this Corvette Stingray, if you can tell by the camera angle, it's angled down quite a bit, and it's really because being 6'3", I can fit in here, but just how the roof line is and everything, it's very hard to see out of, and where the hood kind of intrudes my space and the windshield's a little bit thinner, I guess the length of it is smaller, it's kind of harder to see. But I'm gonna give it some throttle here. And a quick car, you can see I didn't even give it that much. And this is one of those things where if you're turning at all out of a corner, this thing wants to slide. And it makes it very fun, but it also makes it just a tad bit dangerous. So my recommendation is you never take the traction control off of these unless you're on a controlled course or something like that, because it could be detrimental. And the traction control system in this is very good. If you try and floor it and get it sideways, it usually will correct for you. But if you do try and drift this with the traction control, you might end up getting yourself in some trouble. So that's why the traction control button is right here on the side. For whatever reason, if you want to go ahead and just start sliding this on its own, as opposed to having the traction control system engaged. But wind noise is actually very good in here, even with the removable top. And also the ride quality is fantastic, especially for something that's this low to the ground. It's very comfortable. Now it's still a stiff ride because it is a sports car, a true sports car, but it's not choppy, if that makes sense. Now with the used car market kind of settling down a little bit, I feel like it's a good time to buy one of these. Now with that being said, this is probably going for the same amount of money that it was going for pre-COVID, even though it's several years older. But I mean, it's still just a great car in terms of performance, in terms of ride quality, and then in terms of this basically being a midlife crisis machine. And it really is a big time cure for that, I think, because these are just such hogs in terms of just how fast they are, how cool they look, and just how much fun they are to drive in general. And having that removable top just makes it kind of a convertible hybrid, which is why I always preferred these over the convertibles, just because I can take this off and I'm not having too much wind noise coming in. It's still comfortable, but I'm also having that open top experience. I'm gonna put in the manual mode. Actually, you can put it in the manual mode and you have a true manual mode with the paddle shifters where it won't shift for you, but you can also just start shifting on the fly. And then if you want to take it out of that mode, just hold that plus paddle there and you can go back into automatic. But a very good just overall car, whether you're commuting or taking it on a long road trip or just driving it around town running errands. I feel like this is the best of all three of those put together. And it's not a supercar like the C8, but it is a sport touring vehicle in my opinion. And that's why I believe these are still relevant even today. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2017 Corvette Stingray 2LT with the Z51 package.